Boxing has always walked the thin line between sport and chaos. But sometimes that line vanishes completely.
You want to fight me?
From Tyson's infamous ear bite
Mike has just seen it. Look at him. You can see it. You can see it. There it is.
to Bowe's riot at Madison Square Garden.
And now there's a fight in the ring that's been started by...
These are the 15 most explosive brawls in boxing history, where tempers burned hotter than any title on the line. David Haye versus Derek Chisora. This brawl erupted between David Haye, the slick-talking former world champion who demolished fighters like Nikolai Valuev,
Like it's paper darts against the mouth. Oh, he's got it going with a left hook. What a finish here.
and Enzo Macaronelli.
2 years ago, big right hand by Haye. Macaronelli is rocked in the corner, and he goes.
And Derek Chisora, the Iron Chin brawler known for going to war with Tyson Fury
He's got to take risks, and he landed.
and Vitaly Klitschko. It happened during the post-fight press conference in Munich, Germany on February 18th, 2012. Chisora had just gone 12 rounds of hell with Vitaly, sweat still dripping, jaw still locked, when the real fight started brewing. Across the room stood Haye, retired, grinning, running his mouth like he never left the ring.
It's Vitaly. Vitaly said you can knock me out. You think you can knock me out? Be quiet, that's salesman. It's what he said. Vitaly said to the people of Ukraine, people of Germany.
He called Chisora a loser, loud enough for every camera to catch it.
3 times in a row. You lost 3 times in a row. You lost the title.
And that was enough. Chisora left the head table, fury in his stride, yelling. The two collided like wrecking balls.
You want to fight me?
Haye swung first, right hand cocked, lemonade bottle still in hand, and chaos detonated instantly. The press conference erupted, bottles shattered, fists flew, and tripods turned into weapons. Haye hurled one like a javelin, missing Chisora's coach but slicing open his own trainer, Adam Booth. Security was overwhelmed. Reporters ducked for cover, and Munich police had to step in.
We can do it. Either we do it in the ring or outside the ring, yeah? You let me know how you want to do this, because I want it, yeah?
Later, both men faced investigations, and their rivalry spilled into courtrooms before it resurfaced, this time sanctioned and sold to the world. That night redefined the word press brawl. Two British heavyweights turned a post-fight interview into an international riot. Boxing had seen bad blood before, but never this bloody. But chaos doesn't always wait. Sometimes it breaks out under the bright lights in front of the entire world. Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield 2. That night, boxing's baddest man alive crossed a line no one ever thought he would, and everyone witnessed one of the most shocking meltdowns in boxing history. Mike Tyson, once the most feared man on the planet, was desperate to redeem himself after losing to Evander Holyfield the year before.
Tyson's in trouble. Looking to put Tyson down, and Tyson is not in trouble.
But Holyfield wasn't just beating him again. He was bullying him in the clinch, roughing him up, smothering that old Tyson fire.
Oh, a low blow by Holyfield with the left hook. And
Then in round 3, the unthinkable happened. Locked in close, Tyson lunged forward and bit Holyfield's ear.
happened here?
He got bit, I think.
Evander Holyfield, look out!
The referee broke them apart and blood poured down Holyfield's neck. The crowd roared in disbelief. Mills Lane docked Tyson 2 points but let the fight continue.
2 point. Major controversy here in round 3.
Until Tyson did it again. The second bite sealed it. Lane waved it off. Disqualification. Chaos. Tyson snapped. He swung at security, shoved officials, and tried to charge Holyfield again as police flooded the ring.
Tyson's trying to get at Holyfield again, I believe.
Fans screamed. Photographers scrambled. The MGM Grand turned into a madhouse.
Because you will see it. Now you see it's a shark bite right there. That is incredible.
But the next one, pure chaos. Floyd Mayweather versus Zab Judah. No one expected this in a boxing match between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Zab Judah. A fight of skill turned into absolute bedlam. Mayweather was dominating, picking Judah apart with that trademark precision. But frustration does ugly things to fighters. In the dying seconds of round 10, Judah snapped. He hurled a vicious low blow straight into Mayweather's groin, then followed it with a rabbit punch to the back of the head. Floyd folded over in pain, and that's when the real chaos began. Roger Mayweather, Floyd's fiery uncle and cornerman, charged into the ring like a man possessed, ready to throw hands himself. Yoel Judah, Zab's father, stormed in next. Suddenly, the ring wasn't a fight. It was a riot. Entourages clashed, trainers swung, and security flooded in to stop what looked like a full-scale melee. The referee vanished into the chaos, the crowd roared, and for a moment, it wasn't boxing. It was war. When the dust settled, Roger was ejected. Fines topped $700,000, and 5 seconds remained in the round. If that was madness inside the ring, what came next proved that boxing's most dangerous moment. Riddick Bowe versus Larry Donald. This press conference exploded like a street fight. 5 days before their December 1994 clash, the Los Angeles stage was meant for hype and handshakes, but it turned into a powder keg. Larry Donald kept poking at Bowe's pride, tossing slick insults that cut deeper than gloves ever could.
Well, you can look at me. I'm loaded with confidence. Yeah, okay.
Bowe didn't talk back. He detonated. In one cold heartbeat, a left-right combination cracked Donald's jaw clean on camera. Reporters froze mid-flash. Microphones toppled, and the room went dead silent except for Donald's stunned breath. Security rushed in, but the damage, physical and reputational, was already done. Donald called it unprofessional, claiming intimidation was just fear wearing a mask. Bowe shrugged it off. That single flurry turned a press event into boxing folklore. Proof that when pride meets power, even a press room can turn into a war zone. But not all blows need gloves. Sometimes one face-to-face can shake an entire sport. Derek Chisora versus Vitaly Klitschko. Derek Chisora didn't flinch face-to-face with the towering WBC champ, Vitaly Klitschko. He leaned in, smirked, muttered something under his breath, then unleashed it. A clean, open-handed slap cracked across Klitschko's face. Loud, disrespectful, and deliberate. The crowd gasped. Klitschko's head snapped, his jaw clenched, and a red mark bloomed instantly on his cheek. Cameras flashed, security jumped in, and for a moment, it looked like Munich's weigh-in was about to turn into fight night. But the Ukrainian giant didn't swing back. He just glared, teeth grinding, and hissed.
Yeah.
Chisora laughed it off like a man begging for chaos, while Klitschko promised revenge the old-fashioned way, inside the ring. That slap went viral, instantly cementing itself as one of boxing's most shocking pre-fight moments. It wasn't just a show of disrespect, it was a declaration of war. Chisora didn't just touch a champion, he poked the bear. But the next one had happened when the opponent lost control. Riddick Bowe versus Andrew Golota. This fight was supposed to be a comeback showcase for Riddick Bowe, the former heavyweight king who'd gone to war with Holyfield.
Bowe answers with one punch in return, and Holyfield again.
His opponent, Andrew Golota, is a talented but reckless Polish contender with heavy hands and a short fuse. For 6 rounds inside Madison Square Garden, Golota shocked everyone.
Kelly's watching upstairs to see if Bowe holds and hits. Now Kelly comes back.
He was beating Bowe, but every time he gained control, he ruined it with a low blow. The crowd's patience vanished. Then came the final foul.
There it is. George, can Bowe come back from that?
In round 7, Galata drove another punch below the belt, and referee Wayne Kelly had enough.
Down goes Bowe, and that's it. It's a disqualification.
Disqualified. And that's when all hell broke loose. Bowe's entourage stormed the ring like a street mob.
Started by some of Bowe's handlers or whatever.
Galata's team tried to shield him, but fists and chaos rained from every direction. Fans jumped the ropes, police were knocked down, and legendary trainer Lou Duva collapsed, clutching his chest amid the madness.
Go back where you'll see the phone. Give him back.
My microphone got knocked off my...
The riot spilled into the crowd, turning Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing, into a war zone. Even George Foreman, calling the fight from ringside, had to step in to protect broadcasters from the melee. That night wasn't a fight, it was an eruption. One disqualification turned into the biggest riot in boxing history.
Somebody's gonna get hurt, and there are more people trying to go in.
A black mark burned forever into MSG's legacy. And while the Garden turned into a riot, one man decided he didn't need a crowd, just a camera, a champion, and pure audacity. Shannon Briggs versus Vladimir Klitschko. It wasn't a fight night, it was a setup for one. Shannon Briggs had made a name for himself not with knockouts, but with relentless taunting. Wherever Vladimir Klitschko went, Briggs followed, chanting, "Let's go, champ," like a war drum.
Let's go, champ! Let's go, champ! Let's go, champ!
This time, he invaded Klitschko's gym mid-training, barging in with cameras rolling and energy turned to 11. He got in close, too close, pressing the champion for a fight while mocking his focus and form. When Briggs reached out and touched him, Klitschko stepped back sharply, making it clear he didn't appreciate the contact. But the tension flared when Klitschko, staying composed but firm, reached back and brushed Briggs's beard in a calm but dismissive gesture.
This the real champ right here. You see it face to face. Look at him. Look at him, y'all. Look, hey, don't do that, champ. Don't do that, champ.
A move that instantly flipped the mood. Briggs exploded. His tone snapped from teasing to furious, shouting warnings and pacing with raw aggression. The gym went dead quiet except for his anger. Klitschko stood his ground, expression cold as stone, before turning away and walking off.
Go, champ.
Just keep the beer
Let's
on.
go, champ.
Let it grow.
Let's go, champ.
But not every eruption comes from wild men in gyms. Sometimes it happens in the spotlight. Bernard Hopkins versus Winky Wright. It started like any other weigh-in. Cameras flashing, entourages posing, and two proud veterans staring each other down. Both men had made weight perfectly.
Pounds, exactly. 178 for Winky Wright.
Bernard Hopkins, the crafty legend with a chip on his shoulder, and Winky Wright, the defensive master with ice in his veins. But respect was nowhere to be found. As they squared off, words started flying, sharp, personal, and cutting deep. Hopkins moved in close, crowding Wright's space, then suddenly pushed him in the face with his hand. It wasn't a knockout blow, but it was enough to blow up the room. Wright fired back, and within seconds, both camps swarmed the stage. Arms flew, shouts echoed, and security piled in to split the chaos before it spilled off the platform. The announcer begged the crowd to stay seated, but the scene had already turned into a frenzy. Cameras rolled as officials dragged everyone apart, and the weigh-in ended with a simple truth.
Everyone, please stay back.
This wasn't about belts anymore. It was about pride. Hopkins had thrown the first move, and Wright had taken the bait. The fight hadn't started yet, but the battle line had already been drawn. In the next fight, a new generation of British fighters was about to prove that rivalry runs in the blood. Nathan Cleverly versus Tony Bellew. It started with words. venomous ones. Tony Bellew took the fight on short notice, but he came armed with something heavier than fists: ego. He accused champion Nathan Cleverly of being soft, untested, and lazy with his crown.
The money hitting me, it's going to stay his. The only thing he's getting in with that belt.
The insult landed harder than any jab, and the air inside that O2 press conference snapped. Cleverly leaned forward, eyes burning, telling Bellew that he would wake up in an ambulance.
If there's anybody getting knocked out, it's you.
The room froze. Then Bellew stood up and shoved him across the table. Cameras clicked, chairs scraped, and security lunged in as both men squared up, ready to swing before fight night even arrived. What was supposed to sell pay-per-views turned into a genuine brawl in the making, a clash of class versus chaos. Bellew promised to leave Cleverly on the floor, while Cleverly swore his belt wasn't changing hands without blood. That day, two British fighters didn't just hype a title bout, they ignited a street-level rivalry.
Right now, let's just calm this down. Right, just stop.
It wasn't about gold anymore. It was about pride, hate, and who could stare longer without blinking. Years later, boxing's chaos found a new stage. Not the ring, but the internet, where viral feuds were fought just as fiercely. Lennox Lewis versus Hasim Rahman. Before these two champions ever stepped into the ring for their rematch, they nearly threw down in a TV studio.
Okay, we don't want that.
After Rahman shocked the world by knocking out Lewis in their first fight, the rematch hype was intense. ESPN brought both men into the studio for a face-to-face interview. It was supposed to be civil, but it wasn't. Tensions flared when Lewis accused Rahman of disrespect and questioned his championship legitimacy.
100% woman's man, so don't even play that. If you're worried about that, bring your sister, bring anyone.
Rahman clapped back with verbal jabs, and the trash talk hit a boiling point.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't want me saying nothing about your mother, your father.
Then Lewis stood up, calm at first, but the moment Rahman got in his face, it exploded. In front of stunned hosts and rolling cameras, the two heavyweights started swinging on live TV. Chairs toppled, producers shouted, and ESPN had to cut to commercial mid-brawl. When they returned, the damage was done. The clip went viral before viral was even a thing. The rematch was already big. Now it was nuclear. That studio brawl didn't just sell pay-per-views. It lit a fire under one of the most heated heavyweight rivalries of the early 2000s. Amir Khan versus Phil LoGreco. Their press conference was meant to sell a fight. Instead, it nearly became one. Sitting across the table, Phil LoGreco came armed not with stats or strategy, but with insults. He mocked Amir Khan's comeback.
Maybe we can see
Hey, double chin, no chin, double chin, no chin.
Then crossed the line by dragging Khan's wife and rival Kell Brook into it.
Losing streak, family, wife. Then, wait a minute. Guys.
The room shifted instantly. Laughter died and every camera locked in. Khan's expression went from calm to lethal in a heartbeat. Without a word, he grabbed the nearest glass of water and launched it straight at LoGreco's face. The splash landed clean, shocking the room into chaos. LoGreco shot to his feet, shouting as Khan lunged forward. Chairs scraped, voices rose. And security rushed in to hold them apart before it turned into a full-blown brawl. Even drenched, LoGreco kept barking, while Khan stood fuming behind the officials. The clip went viral within minutes, not for what was said, but for how fast it went south. That glass of water did more than break the tension. It turned a routine press event into a viral spectacle. And a grudge match that suddenly felt personal. And speaking of unfinished business, When two champions met again, civility lasted only as long as the cameras needed to focus. Tony Bellew versus David Haye. The rivalry between Tony Bellew and David Haye had been boiling for over a year, but by the time the final press conference arrived, both men promised to keep it civil. That piece lasted about 30 seconds. Standing inches apart, Tony Bellew and David Haye faced off for one last time before their 2018 rematch. The air thick with everything left unsaid from their first war. Then Bellew snapped. After a few sharp words between them, he stepped forward, shoved Haye hard, and grabbed him by the throat before officials could react. The shove wasn't staged. It was frustration spilling over, raw and unfiltered. In seconds, security and team members jumped between them as both fighters shouted over the noise, trading insults from opposite sides of the room.
Fuck all this media and press. Now we're in the street, kid. Now we see.
Haye, surprisingly calm, didn't retaliate, just glared back with that tight, restrained anger of a man saving it for fight night. Bellew, on the other hand, looked ready to swing right there and then. What was meant to be a polite send-off turned into a preview of the chaos to come. The message was clear. The truce was dead, and the bad blood was back, exactly where it belonged. But just when you think pre-fight chaos can't get any stranger, someone brings breakfast to a brawl. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. Their tense rivalry had been building for months, but nobody expected it to get this ridiculous. During their fiery face-off, Chris Eubank Jr. decided to turn mind games into something literal. With cameras rolling and the room already on edge, he suddenly slapped Conor Benn in the face with a raw egg. The moment cracked.
Oh, tempers flaring there.
Literally and figuratively, the crowd gasped. The commentators stumbled over their words and Benn's temper detonated. He lunged straight at Eubank, fuming as security and team members rushed in. It took half a dozen people to restrain him while Eubank stood grinning.
Wow. On the stage.
That's absolutely...
Clearly satisfied with the chaos he'd created. What had been a lighthearted, trash-talking press event instantly turned volatile. The egg, meant as a joke, became a spark, transforming a playful build-up into a genuine grudge. That single slap wasn't just messy, it was masterful promotion.
Pulled that one, and it really has erupted down here on the stage.
That's absolutely...
In one motion, Eubank Jr. managed to humiliate his rival, hijack the headlines, and turn breakfast into breaking news. And that wasn't the end of it, because the next time they met, the smiles were gone, and the tension was nuclear. Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr., two sons of British boxing icons, stood face to face, neither blinking, neither backing down. What was supposed to be a routine stare-down turned into something far more dangerous. Eubank leaned in close, his tone calm but venomous.
Tomorrow, we'll see. You're lucky, mate. We'll see. Get on with me.
Taunting Benn with promises of what was waiting for him in the ring.
When you come, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow after the fight. I'll see you tomorrow after the fight.
Every word was designed to sting, to cut through pride and provoke a reaction. Benn stayed silent at first, jaw tight, eyes burning, but the tension between them was unmistakable. The kind that hums before it explodes. They didn't push. The hostility in that few inches of space said everything.
You're a kid. You're a kid. You're a kid. Yeah, kid. This you up here. Yeah.
Cameras captured every glare, every flicker of anger, as security hovered nearby, sensing how close things were to snapping. When it ended, neither man looked away. Just pure, unfiltered hate wrapped in silence. The kind of silence that promised the fight ahead wouldn't just be business, it would be personal. Another rivalry showed that in boxing, words can sting harder than punches. Adrian Broner versus Paulie Malignaggi. Sometimes the punches don't end with the final bell. They just trade places with words. After 12 heated rounds in 2013, Adrian Broner had outpointed Paulie Malignaggi for the WBA welterweight title. But the real fight started when the microphones came out. Broner, never one for humility, strutted into the post-fight interview, grinning like a man who wanted one more round. Only this time, verbal.
I'm good. I beat Paulie. I left with his belt and his girl.
He mocked Malignaggi's performance, bragged about his win, and twisted the knife with a taunt that sent the crowd into chaos. Half laughed, half gasped, as Malignaggi stormed back to the mic.
Hold on, wait, don't brag about taking my side piece. Don't brag about taking my side piece.
Firing furious words that only made the moment hotter. Security stepped in before it went any further. The air crackled with tension. Two fighters still swinging, only this time with egos and microphones instead of gloves.
Don't brag about taking my side piece, though. That's my side piece. You don't get laid.
What was supposed to be an interview turned into a viral showdown, proving once again, in boxing, even victory can start another fight. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of boxing's wildest moments, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more fights and unforgettable chaos.